goodness. This is so much fun. Congratulations to my fellow honorees tonight and a five-star bank client, Peter Tatishi. I never thought I would be up here because I was an English major. And English majors develop an inferiority complex, and it starts around the third grade when we realize we're not mathy. Mathy kids become the engineers, the scientists, the doctors, the architects, the CPAs. Then there are us, the others who do not. So we have to figure out a really strong plan B pretty fast. And for me, that was writing. And it was here at Sacramento State that I learned that being an English major actually had some utility. So this is 30 years ago. I'm in one of those required survey courses that no one wants to take. And the entire purpose, goal, and objective of the class is simply to get students to write. And so I put this class off until my senior year because all I ever did was write my entire life. So I'm at the first day of this class 30 years ago. And the professor is going down roll call. And he comes to my name and he says, "Shelley Ronan?" And that was my maiden name. And I'm like, yeah? I mean, I'm an English major. I don't want to be seen, heard, acknowledged. I'm in the back of the room. And I raised my hand. He says, "I want to see you after class." I thought, oh my gosh, what could I have possibly done? It's the first day. So I see him. And he looks at me. And he looks me up and down. And he says, "You're an English major. And you're a senior." I said, "Yeah, these are things I usually feel I have to apologize for." And he says, "How about you grade all my papers this semester? You don't step foot in class, and you get an A." And I said, "Deal." So I did. And, I was like savage beast mode grader. And I felt uniquely qualified for this because this is what I'd been doing for my whole life. And I thought things were going really well. I thought I was doing a great job until he wants to see me in his office hours. So, okay, it's halfway through the semester, so I see him. And he says, "You are really hard on those students." He's like, "You need to lighten up. You need to lower your standard." And I looked at him and I said, in this uncharacteristic moment of defiance, I said, "No, I'm not lowering my standard for anyone." And with that, I turned on my heel, I walked out of his office. And you know that we've all had those moments where regret immediately sets in. And I'm like, what did I just do? I'm getting an F in the class. I'm not getting into graduate school. And my parents had told me, "Shelley, with an English degree, you're going to flip burgers. You need a master's degree or a PhD." And I thought, oh my gosh, my entire future is up in flames. I'm not getting into grad school now. So I go back into the professor's office a week later, but waiting for me was a big, thick, heavy stack of papers to grade. And so I finished the semester, I got my A, and I like to think the students learned a little something, but what I learned was to never back down, to never lower my standard, to never compromise, and this really served me well because I landed at Five-Star Bank. And it was at Five-Star Bank that I learned that we never compromise. We don't compromise when it comes to our deep commitment to our clients, our advocacy for our community, our steadfast commitment to so many initiatives in the Capital Region that lead and shape it, including education, so critically important to us. And it's because of Five-Star Bank that I'm standing here tonight. It's because of my colleagues. Thank you guys for creating an incredible brand story that I get to tell. And I'm just so grateful for it. And it's not about me sharing my voice at all. It's about me giving a voice to our clients, and especially our nonprofit clients. I get to amplify their impact and what they do and their incredible work. And by virtue of doing that, I'm standing here. Thank you guys. I just love and adore you all. You're my family. You know, I know, Sharif, you have a huge family here tonight, and I think that's a beautiful thing, and Peter and so many others, but you guys are my family. I've worked with you, and I've known so many of you for 20 years. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Thank you, James Beckwith, President and CEO of 5 Star Bank. Yeah. The mark of a great leader is in their ability to identify potential in those who often don't see it in themselves. I certainly did not. James, you hired an English major at a financial institution. It's the irony of my life. I say this a lot because it's the truth. But I'm so deeply grateful. I know so many are impacted by James in this room and everyone at our table. You know, we've been given opportunity to be part of something much bigger than ourselves. We do not work for a company, we work for a cause. And it's because of your leadership and your commitment. You're pulling people up next to you. And I'm so grateful I'm just part of that story. Thank you. Thank you to my husband. You know, the people closest to us often suffer the most because they're with us during, you know, when we're challenged or have that self-doubt or that English major inferiority complex. And you're always pulling me up, honey. I love you. Thank you. And thank you, Sacramento State. Thank you for acknowledging the storyteller. Thank you for amplifying the voice of someone like me who's in the background. And I'm just so grateful. Thank you, Dr. Wood. Behind stage tonight, we were talking, and he was just so kind and gave me encouragement and inspiration. I'm so grateful. Stingers up. Thank you, guys.